White. Well, I'm gonna go do it. Let's go see what happens.
I love it. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight for the first ever Shave to Save St. Louis event presented by Worldwide Technologies. I am your host for the evening, 5 on your side, morning news anchor, Renina. Thank you so much once again for being here. I just want to tell you this. I have been up since 12 a.m. this morning. That's what time I wake up every day. But it was extremely important to me personally to be here tonight, to be a part of this event. But what I need tonight from you is your energies to make sure that I keep my energy flowing, to make sure that this night is a great night. You with me? Yeah! All right, I'll take that as a yes. That sounds good to me. Shave to Save St. Louis brings together community members, volunteers as shavees, who pledge to raise money and awareness for the Worldwide Technology American Cancer Society's Hope Lodge in St. Louis. Tonight, we will watch our shavees come up here on the stage to, of course, have their heads shaved as a symbol of unity to those fighting cancer. So let's give all of our teams a round of applause tonight for their commitment. Oh, you gotta be a little louder than that. You gotta realize, I met Rachel Harris the other day. Rachel has very long flowing hair. She's ready to give it all up tonight for the cause. If people are gonna make that commitment, let's make the commitment to back them up. Give them a round of applause. Okay? A program like this is not possible without community support. Our Shave to Save co-chairs, John Sheehan from CBRE and Joe Leahy, who worked hard to make Shave to Save the success that it is in 2021. Both Joe and John are dedicated members of the American Cancer Society's St. Louis CEOs Against Cancer chapter, and they have demonstrated a particular passion for the Hope Lodge. While chairing a first-year event is never easy, these two have dedicated themselves to making tonight's event a success. All this being said, it is my pleasure to bring them to the stage to share with you their words, their backing, their commitment, their passion for Shave to Save, our co-chairs, John Sheehan and Joe Leahy. Gentlemen.
Watch that one. I'm going to trip on it. Hey guys, thank you for being here, first of all. I think the reason I was chosen to be co-chair, so I can give you all a preview of what you're going to look like afterwards. And the after picture. So, Rennie, I'm surprised you didn't use that joke. My brother. So, Hope Lodge. I have been a part of this ACS, CEOs Against Cancer board for over 10 years, since its inception. And early on, one of the first things that we did was we took our team to cook dinner at the Hope Lodge for the patients and caregivers. I had never been there before. And I was just frankly blown away at not only what ACS was doing for these patients and caregivers, but how much they appreciated us being there. And fast forward a little bit, the Hope Lodge takes about $600,000 a year to operate. I think that's the right number. And beyond that, it was about 30 years old. And so we need a new one. So a few years ago, with the help of Leahy and a lot of other people, HLK was a big part of it, Worldwide was a huge part of it, we raised $10 million to build a new Hope Lodge. So thank you to everyone involved, our sponsors. But the reality is it was due to open right before COVID, and it's been basically mothballed for a year and a half. We're opening soon, but that price tag of $600,000 a year is still there. If you don't know what the Hope Lodge does, It is for patients and caregivers coming from outside St. Louis, coming to get treatment at our amazing healthcare systems here in St. Louis, and they stay there for free. I mean, you think about what they're going through, and they're able to come to St. Louis, and that one thing they don't have to worry about. And on top of that, they cook dinner, they have a home away from home. So everything you're doing here tonight, shaving your heads, donating your time, your money, is going to these patients pretty much directly through Operating Hope Lodge. So I just want to say thank you, and thank you for being here tonight. This is the first year. We're already, I don't know if I'm breaking news here, but over $100,000 raised. So thank you. And we know it's going to be an annual event here in St. Louis, and it'll just keep getting better and better. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone about what you see tonight, and bring someone next year to get shaved. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, John Sheehan. So John got me involved in this organization, the American Cancer Society, Hope Lodge, and the CEOs Against Cancer. And he started to sort of sell me on why it was a good organization. I think I let him get through about the second sentence. And I said, yeah, sign me up. Because like everybody here, show of hands, whose life has been touched by cancer? All of us, right? I mean, it's hard to walk down the street and find someone. I have a brother who's a survivor. He kicked cancer's ass. My father did not. So our family's been touched, like many of yours. This is an important organization, and we couldn't be more excited to help raise over $100,000 and maybe a few bucks more if the beer keeps flowing and people go to their phones and donate. I am just because I'm from St. Louis and I love St. Louis. I love it when Adam Wainwright's pitching across the street. I love how welcoming the people of this community are, and I love how amazing our medical community is. We have some of the best hospitals in the United States here in St. Louis. Thank you, St. Louis University Cancer Center. Thank you, Sidemen. Thank you, Pratt. Thank you, SSM, all the others. And because of that, there are people from Seattle or from Louisiana or from Poplar Bluff who come here to get the treatment they need to save their lives. And so we as an organization are trying to make it so they can stay for free. Because you know what? They need to heal, they need to recover, and they need the space to do that, and that's what Hope Lodge does. It's an incredible place, sort of between SLU and BJC, if you're ever there on West Pine. It's awesome. You should go by sometime. But mostly I just want to kick off this very fun evening by thanking everybody here, thanking our sponsors, thank you Worldwide Technologies, Anmar, I see you. Thank you Edward Jones, such a pillar of this community. Thank you St. Louis University Cancer Center. Thank you KTRS, the Big 550, and of course thank you Show Me 5, Channel 5 Running On, who I know truly gets up at midnight. And then he gets off work and he walks his dogs and then he goes to sleep. But instead he's sacrificing sleep for us. So I've talked long enough. Let's get to the good stuff, all right? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. One of the things that Joe talked about was the fact that this is a community. St. Louis is a large, small town. We all know somebody from somewhere who came back to St. Louis because it was such a wonderful place. It's a place of giving back, it's a place of supporting, it's a place of really not leaving a soldier out on the battlefield. It's about standing up, picking a man up, and bringing him back home. There's a corporation in this city that is doing some big things and some great things. They have put their name on Hope Lodge. And because of that, Hope Lodge is probably going to be around forever because they are a strong St. Louis company. I'm talking about Worldwide Technologies. And with us tonight, please. And with us tonight from WWT, to talk about it all is Anmar, the Vice President of Global Human Resources. Ann?
To be a part of the the families who are going through this treatment. I have been there. I have cooked in the Hope Lodge. I was the first person to cook in the new Hope Lodge. Jason's out there. We had so much fun with the CEOs cooking for some of the healthcare workers. But I've cooked for the families, and I can tell you when you sit down and you cook for them, they're so appreciative of what you're doing to support them, and then to sit down and have a meal with them and to hear their stories. It's heartwarming and it's very inspiring. Just to put yourself in their shoes. And as Joe said, there's not a person in here who has not been touched by cancer. And this organization and what they do to support families and support patients is extraordinary. So thank you, American Cancer Society, for all that you do, the passion, the energy, and the spirit, and the faith that you provide to the families. So we are so proud to be here. Thank you guys for joining the inaugural event. So let's get started and let's see who's going to be next, first to shave their head. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, John. I think this is a great way to start things off by letting you know exactly the type of support that we have in our community for what's going on here. As we said at the beginning, everyone's life has probably been touched in one way or another by cancer. Back in February, I lost my mother to colon cancer, and I lost my father back in 2004 when I first moved here from cancer as well. So for my family, this is a very huge night, a very important night. And I know for all of you out here, you would not be here unless there was some type of personal connection, some type of bond that you have that you want to break with this deadly disease. But because of your presence tonight, you will indeed make a difference in stopping this disease from spreading and helping those who are going through treatments right now to get through it. As I mentioned, we're here tonight to celebrate the outstanding volunteers and committee who have raised money for the Worldwide Technology American Cancer Society Hope Lodge. For those of you who don't know about Hope Lodge, let me give you a brief rundown about it. In 2019 alone, Hope Lodge welcomed 3,000 guests and their caregivers to stay free of charge during their cancer treatments here in St. Louis. Saved guests more than $1.9 million on lodging expenses. Just grip that for a moment. $1.9 million saved from out of their own pockets from just lodging expenses. That's not taking in everything else they need to go through when being treated for cancer. In the next 10 years, the St. Louis Hope Lodge anticipates as many as 13,000 guests and caregivers will stay there. These are people who live at least 45 miles away from St. Louis and needing their life-saving cancer treatments. Thanks to our local CEOs Against Cancer and countless community supporters, the American Cancer Society was able to renovate the facility for all of their patients and for all of their caregivers. I don't know if you've had a chance to go by, I don't know if you've ever been there, but you should go and see it in person, because it is a beautiful facility and it has changed so much over the years. I did a story earlier in 2020 about the 42 Doors campaign and what those doors are doing to raise money for the Hope Lodge, and it is tremendous to see. The new Worldwide Technology American Cancer Hope Lodge has 42 beautiful suites, a large kitchen with 8 separate stoves and prep stations and commercial refrigerators, laundry facilities on each level, outdoor and recreational spaces, secure parking, and so many more updated amenities to make sure that those necessities that are needed for these people, they can find comfort and healing as they move through the cancer process. If you haven't seen this facility, I told you I've been up since 12 o'clock, so bear with me. If you haven't seen the facility, I ask that you please take the time at some point to go to ShaveToSaveSTL.org and check out the virtual tour. It is a stunning facility made even more beautiful by being free to those who need it the most. Keeping the lodge running every year costs around $600,000. That is not cheap. This brings us to why we're here tonight and who we are here for tonight. If you're a member of our Shave to Save Shavy teams, could you please stand right now? All of our shavies, please stand right now. Just the fact that they're losing their hair isn't a big deal. I don't have any, I'm doing all right. I just want you guys to applaud the effort that they have put in to be here tonight and to make a difference in our community. These amazing people have raised over $100,000 and counting since July the 6th to keep the Worldwide Technology American Cancer Society Hope Lodge open and available for patients and caregivers who need it the most. So once again, let's give them a huge round of applause. Where do our team members go? Why is everybody sitting down? Our team members, stand back up. This is your moment. This is your last time to embrace that head of hair that you have right now, so soak it in. Another question for you team members before you sit down. Can you please raise your hand if Shave to Save was the first time you personally fundraised for the American Cancer Society or heard of the Worldwide Technology American Cancer Society Hope Lodge? Hands in the air. Look at that. Look at that right there. Okay, the reason why I want you guys to applaud those hands in the air is that people heard something. They had a feeling, they had a sense, they had a team that said, I needed to make a difference, I needed to do something. They had never been a part of the American Cancer Society, had never been a part of the Hope Lodge, yet when they heard about this, they said, I gotta be a part of that. I gotta step forward and make a difference. That is why a night like tonight, the everyday person, the average Joe, the average Josina, can understand the importance of being a part of a team. When this entire pandemic got started, the first thing we would say is that we're all in this together. Since that time, we have been divided, we've been here, we've been there, we've talked about mask mandates, we've talked about vaccines, we've had our wars, but you know what? We're all on this planet together. We all understand at some point, I gotta stand with somebody else. So I don't care what your religious background is, I don't care what your political background is, mask, no mask, vaccine, no vaccine. Just know that tonight, we are one team.
That's right, yeah.
We are one team. Right? So within the confines of Ballpark Village tonight, we are going to do everything that we possibly can to make a difference for the Hope Lodge. We are going to do everything we possibly can to make a difference for people who have no idea that this is going on tonight. People that you may never ever meet in your lifetime, tonight you're going to make something matter to them. You're going to change the world. You are going to change the world. Because changing the world starts with one little thing, and it builds, and it builds, and it builds. It starts with stimulating one heart, one mind, and giving them that opportunity to say, you know what, I could be more than what I am right now. That my life is not over, that this is not a death sentence. Someone cares about me. Someone is giving me that hope to continue on. So as we progress through tonight, I want you guys to feel good. I want you guys to feel proud. But most of all, I want you guys to know that we are one team tonight. It's amazing sometimes how the energy can flow. I'm going, wait a minute, you've been up since 12. Shouldn't you be asleep right now? Normally I would have been asleep back at 4:30, but that's another day. Welcome to the Cancer Society family, you all. We have truly made a difference in the lives of people across the world who come to St. Louis for their treatments. Everybody, I want you to have a seat. I want you to get ready to cheer on your friends. I want you to really get people pumped up about tonight. We have a few teams who have fundraised, but will not be shaving this evening. So we want to give them a shout out before we get started. I believe a few of them are American Cancer Society staff members as well. The teams have collectively raised over $3,000. So could you all just wave or stand when I call out your teams? Bold is beautiful, Friends of Hope Lodge. Team Mika! Team Mika! Where's Team Mika? Have any Team Mika members? I got one. Thank you, Team Mika. Thank you, Team Mika. I hope I say this right. Bane Strong. Bane Strong. Bane Strong in the house? Let's hear it for them. Let's hear it for them anyway. Let them hear it from their homes. How about Kate's team? Kate's team. Yes! There's Kate right there. By the way, Kate gave me the t-shirt. I joined the team when I walked through the door, so I felt good about that. And maybe one of my favorite team names, Team Blockhead. Team Blockhead. Any team, come on, if you're on Team Blockhead, go ahead and fess up. Anyone on Team Blockhead here tonight? All right, let's hear for all of our teams who couldn't be with us when we're doing all their team sports. All right, you guys ready to get the shaving started? Let me hear it. Shave to sing, shave to sing, shave to sing. Yes, 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 yes. Now throughout the night, be sure to go ahead, grab some drinks and grab some eats and really enjoy yourself. But let's get the shaving started right now. Please help me welcome to the stage our very first team, Going for the Gold. Going for the gold. Are there no members of Going for the Gold in the house? If not, we're going to have to shave some random people's heads. Somebody just start pulling 3 people up here. Any members of Going for the Gold here tonight? Oh, wow. Oh, wait a minute. Ask them what team they're on. Are you guys going for the gold team? Would you like to just shave your head anyway? Or shave that beard? You should shave the beard. All right, I am sadly disappointed that I don't have anyone here from Going for the Gold. But I want you to know that as of August the 6th, Going for the Gold had raised $359. As of yesterday, the team is now sitting on $3,123. So please give them a round of applause. All right, I got a next team, and hopefully they're here. Or this night's going to go by much faster than I anticipated. All right, our next team is Be Curious, Be Thoughtful, Be Shaved. Yeah! Are you guys in the house? Here they come now. Now this team was sitting on $1,141 when the deadline hit. But as of yesterday, they are now sitting on $5,748 raised for Hope Lodge. Let's hear it. All right, I only got one person. You gotta come here. What's your name? Brett. Ladies and gentlemen, Brett. Brett, ladies and gentlemen. So, what inspired you to be a part of tonight?
So, I was lucky enough to be a part of the Hope Lodge campaign with the 42 Doors. So, that's something, before that project got started, I worked at HOK and they came to me and like, hey, you help us out, just being a fine artist background. I got to meet Door Zero to help ignite the campaign and get started. I was so honored to be a part of that. And then once it got accepted and we decided to blow it out, I was lucky enough to also be chosen to be one of the doors that sat in front of the Urban Chestnut in the Grove area. So, but yeah, personally, I ended up being, that was like a mother to me growing up that I being also into. So it was very close to home. I got to kind of tell my story about what she meant to me, what she meant to everyone with the door artwork. So I'm happy to help out with the campaign. So, yeah.
We are glad to have you here. I was hoping that I'd have somebody come over here with a long mullet or something. But I mean, your hair is not too much longer than mine. I just have stubble, but I appreciate you being here. Go ahead and grab a seat. Let us get ready now for that first swipe. Before the first swipe, we got to put on the towel. Then after the towel comes the apron. Here we go. And now, you know the guy behind you has no experience as a barber. He was one of the valets. We said, hey, you got a steady hand? And he goes, yeah, I'm okay. I can handle that. Ladies and gentlemen, I need a countdown as we get the shears ready. We're going to shear his first little cut, the first swipe, in 3, 2, 1, swipe. Go ahead. He's being very gentle too. I'm really surprised that a valet has such a steady hand. So I got to ask you feeling more relaxed now?
Yeah, I feel weight lifted off my head. Like about a quarter inch of weight. Yeah, it's nice.
So how long was your hair prior to the shortcut that you had before you came up here?
During winter, I let it grow out. During summer, I buzz it down a little bit. So I know it's a little bit of a letdown, really shaving off so little hair, but you know, I do it good help.
Any fears at all that you have like an abnormally shaped head?
Nah, it's definitely big, but nothing, you know, other people aren't used to.
They've seen my head, so trust me, they know what a large bowling ball looks like. A round of applause for this young man right here. That is great. He's losing his head. Oh, you got an uneven cut, but that's all right. Actually, we probably should leave it like that. I think that would bring more attention because people would say, hey, what's up with your hair? Oh, you got to put out these shears. I don't think there's shears over there. It's a long jump. Man, it must be nice to be young. If I did that, you'd all have to come over and pick me up. It would not happen that way. Our next team is Evan and the Head Starts. Evan and the Head Starts, everybody. While they're making their way up here, I want to take a minute to say, if anyone has been inspired by these individuals who are coming up here tonight, and by the Worldwide Technology American Cancer Society Hope Lodge, and would like to make a donation at any point this evening, please see one of our volunteers at the registration. Our volunteers are all over here. Volunteers, raise your hands. Volunteers, raise your hands. Volunteers. Can you hear me, volunteers? Raise your hand. There they are. If you'd like to make a donation and see one of our volunteers up front, and they'll take care of you. Remember, every dollar counts. We've already surpassed $100,000, but we would like to do a lot more than that. Coming up here now is a very brave man. He's got a full beard. And I take it you're not going to have that full beard at the end, or what are you going to... He's laughing, but I'm serious. We're taking hair from you, my friend. He said, all right, here, want to come on over to the chair here? Okay. All right, so let me get your name. My name's Evan Willow. This is Evan of Evan and the Head Starts. But Evan isn't just anyone who came up here this evening to get a cut. Evan has a story to tell. And Evan, I want these people to hear your story. I want these people to feel touched. I want them to be inspired.
Well, about 2 years ago, while working for my friend and boss, Joe Leahy over here, I was diagnosed with brain cancer. And so after having some brain surgery, which is, you know, not something you ever look forward to, obviously. They found out that I had a glioblastoma, which is a pretty bad brain cancer. But I've gone through they went in when they did the surgery, they took out a large part of the tumor and then, found out that it still could be a problem. So I've had to deal with seizures and many things, and for instance, since the brain surgery, I'm completely blind peripherally on my left side, which, since I'm a artist, that kind of causes a little bit of problems. But since then, I haven't been able to drive or work or anything else. I'm sure all of you are looking at this thing I have on my head hanging around my neck. This is a special device they call an Optune, which has a little power pack here, which runs through little electrodes, little electric currents to slow the growth of the tumor. And over the last couple of years, it has definitely slowed, and at some points actually shrunk. I don't think there's much hope of it completely going away at this point, but there is hope. But I just wanted to say that this particular event, when Joe asked me if I wanted to do it, I was so enthralled with the idea for two reasons. One is, I had to shave my head multiple times. In fact, because of this thing, I have to shave my head about 4 or 5 times a week. And, but before the brain surgery, I said, I'm gonna shave it my way because I don't want them, visiting, But then when I had the radiation, it started just coming out. So what had grown back, it started coming out. And so events like this, where I had seen people come in and getting their head shaved as support, really inspired me to, hey, that's not that big a deal. I can do that. I just want you to know that I used to have magnificent hair. At one point, I had hair that went down to my belt. But the other big thing is what the Hope Lodge means. I was lucky enough that since I'm from St. Louis, I had family here and had family who flew in and could stay with the rest of the family. But while I was hospitalized at one point, one of my roommates was having a very hard time. And as you're going through this sort of thing, they're constantly asking you questions like, where are you? What's your name? What's your last name? And the roommate could not answer it at all. But then the next morning, his brother and sister came in to visit him, and he was so much better. He could answer all of the questions just from having that support of having his family there. It was such a miraculous thing to see, and that's one of the reasons I thought, well, yeah, Hope Lodge is exactly the sort of thing that a lot of these patients need.
I honestly don't think we can clap loud enough for your courage, for your spirit. I mean, you are a strong individual. I love you. I appreciate you. I just met you. But to come up here and tell your story, let people know firsthand of what Lodge is doing for others, that's magnificent. And I think that is something that we have learned greatly, is the power of family, the power of friends, the power of knowing someone who knows you and you feel that love. But having said all of those good things and embracing your courage, are you ready to lose some hair? Well, we are ready to take it. We are ready to take it, and I just want to let people know that your team on August the 6th had $2,180. But as of yesterday, his team has $6,280. All right, so here we go. You ready for the first wipe? In 3, in 2, and 1. Let it go. It looks good. It looks good. Looking good, my friend. Looking good. It reminds me of like shaving a sheepdog.
My beard was about 30 years old.
You look good. You look good. I'm so glad you're here with us tonight. So glad you're here with us tonight.
Playoff run and I'll get back.
Oh. Might be a while.
Please welcome to the stage Gateway Figures reselling for a cure.
So now who's getting dressed? All right, come over here. Come over here.
No, stand up first. Stand up. You gotta talk to the crowd.
I don't have anything to say.
Oh, you got something to say. You want Cheetah to do your first? Oh, Cheetah said, oh my gosh. You want to do this together? Come over here. Come on. No. So, first of all, tell me about the inspiration of being part of the night.
Inspiration is really him. He's the biggest inspiration because he had stage 4 lung cancer. And now he just has one little
8mm mask.
one mask.
Here, you want me to?
I'm not a public speaker. So everything was wrong with the one mask is left on. So I'm hoping that this special treatment that he has continues to work for a long, long time. And we have to do it for a very long time.
It's a very emotional night that we're having. And I love the fact that so many people are sharing their personal stories, but most of all is the fact that people are going through the journey themselves at this time, yet felt it was important to be here tonight.
So you ready?
Ready.
Here we go. He's got to put the apron on you first. We have to do it official. Swipe number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Swipe.
Who's up?
Have a seat right here. Did you use a guard on you at all?
No, 0.
Alrighty.
How are you going to survive this storm? That is what people who are diagnosed with cancer don't know how they're going to survive that storm. And what Hope Lodge has done for them is provide this shelter, this peace of mind, this community, this commitment, and this support.
That would be wonderful.
That is what we're doing tonight. We are that shelter from the storm. When it's not a storm, that's going to get somebody wet. It is a sword that is indeed life and death. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm going to thank you guys all night long for being here. Because it is so important. We've already heard of 2 people who are going through cancer treatments right now and yet understood why they had to be here tonight. Let's continue on now. Our next team, $2,756 raised by August the 6th, is Big Paul Brad. Big Paul Brad. As of yesterday, the team is sitting at $2,806, along with Save the Save fundraising team members that Brad Walker and Molly Elrick, who serve on the St. Louis Leadership Board for the American Cancer Society. So let's give them a large round of applause. Are you people, Brad? From Lindenwood University, let's hear it for the Lions, y'all. The whole crowd with you tonight. The little shy one back here. Is she ready to? Are you going to shake your head? That was a no. You guys can come up there. We got Fort Lauderdale. We got Mom. We got another sister. We got the Oklahoma Thunder in the house. 1, 2, 3, 4 kids. All right, here we go. So, Big Paul Brad, what brings you out tonight?
I don't have a super inspiration story like the last 2 folks that came up here, but I do have some privilege of serving on the American Cancer Society board. I can tell you that it is truly a blessing to have that opportunity. The staff does such a great job. We work so hard every day to raise money for a great cause. And I had, like I mentioned before, I protected my mom. My cancer, fortunately, she's been doing